Welcome back to Team Hotel TV, Week 3. We now have our game of the week. I don't know why I keep doing it on my hands. We now have our game of the week, Eagles versus Pack9. Eagles coming off a big win, finally having their quarterback back this week. Dave threw 5 touchdown passes, annihilated the Lions. Then you had the Pack9 getting their first win against the Chargers, a little closer than people probably would have predicted, but the Pack9 definitely got on the winning board here. I think this is a huge game when it comes to seeding, and as teams are starting to position themselves as who are the best teams in the leagues, you got to beat one of the good teams here. The Pack9 have a history of being great, and you got the Eagles, who are a young, hungry team with a young, hungry coach. But guys, we got in this segment here, you got June, you got Isaiah from the Pack9, you got Xavier from the Eagles, and then you got Leo. These two guys are actually twins. If you guys didn't know, playing on 2 different teams. I guess, what do you guys think about this matchup here? What's the importance of this matchup going forward?
I mean, the importance of this game really comes to which team is hungrier. The Eagles, all I keep hearing is that the only reason they're not undefeated is because of Buddy. That's all I keep hearing. I'm hearing it all over social media. I'm getting text messages. People coming up to me at work, writing it on my board. Eagles should be 2-0. They might be. Dave looked phenomenal last week.
People from work are doing this?
Yeah, this is crazy. He, this certain individual has a lot of influence at work. But Dave threw 5 touchdowns last week. And against a Lions team that was pretty good. He feels like he would be up there with Marquise in touchdown passes right now during week 2. If he started week 1, he said a huge reason for that was your fault. He says that you really have not gotten him to be the quarterback that he is now, and he feels like with his new coach, he's able to develop and take his game to the next level. Not only that, they have a young kid in Matt, and him and Matt seemed to connect really well last week. He had, 3 touchdowns?
4 catches, 3
those
touchdowns.
2 are talking about being a dynamic duo in the future for this league. I'm hearing them 2 are the real deal.
Right, so what do you think about Dave versus Pello?
Dave versus Pello? Pello's still the better quarterback,
7 touchdowns, Dave has 5 one game.
Correct, and even though Dave had one game, Pello has proven himself in his league where Dave is still trying to make a name for himself. And not only that, the Pack9 just have better players, overall as far as talent.
Do they?
Yeah, well, do they?
Well, the Eagles have a very large team.
They do.
With a lot of good players. I think some of them are starting to grow, but I think they're closer than they have been last year for sure.
They are. The only thing is if maybe they replace Henry at safety, then they might have a really good chance at winning this game. I think if the ball is in the air and it's Henry and Ryan is coming down with the ball. If it's Henry and Zay is coming down with the ball. If you want to win this game, you might want to move Henry. Henry's getting really annoying, too. He keeps texting me, telling him to, he's had a really good game, that he mauled somebody on the lines. First
that
of
was
all,
an extra point.
It's an extra point. The kid was like this big. Right?
Great play, Henry.
Listen, Henry, you would never be as good as your brother. You just need to wait.
Football's football. You play it to the whistle blows.
Okay. What Chris did, you would probably never, ever do.
Chris is a Hall of Famer.
Hall of Famer.
Xavier, why don't you tell us a little bit about Dave so far? Have you seen an improvement from last year to this year?
Yeah, big. It's a big improvement because last year, we were starting off. We started off the team not even knowing each other. Like, it was 5 minutes before the game.
Right.
We created the team, and, Dave really hasn't found his mark last year. And now I feel Dave feels more comfortable with everybody now. Like, he's
even the coach.
Yeah, at least I think so. Like,
especially
Dave,
the coach. Right?
Yeah, especially the coach. Like, Dave just, they talk to each other all the time. They always have meetings and stuff.
Did Buddy do any of that stuff with you guys last year?
He did, but not as Buddy has a league to commish. So
not last year.
Back to you definitely seen him.
Yeah, but yeah, Dave's hitting his mark. Dave has improved over the year. He's not looking at one guy anymore. He's starting to see down the field. He's a pretty good scrambler. Like, that's probably going to be the game come down to is the trenches. Like, which quarterback can scramble the best, I think, because you got Pello and Dave. They're like one of the 2 best scramblers in the league.
Zay, talk a little bit about Pello and his influence in the league.
He definitely improved. Last year was his first year at quarterback. So it was a little it was a big transition, because he only played defense, a little bit receiver, 2 seasons ago. So he definitely improved. He's making the right reads, less mistakes. He's trying to minimize his mistakes. So we still have some things to do as a team. We got a couple new players. Basically, it's the same people, though. So our chemistry is already there. We just got to put it to use together.
This is the game of the week. is game of the week. Like, you two guys are up here. What are you going to do to impact this game? Like, how is it that you're going to make a difference in this game?
I mean, regardless of what happens, we still go home and eat dinner together. So
That's cute, but
Right.
who is
No
going
dinner
to
is
impact
there.
this game? Like,
Listen.
which one of you two is
Listen,
going to
let
make
me
the play
just
to
make
win
it
this game?
simple, right? Let me just make it simple. I come to compete every single game.
And you actually have
Every
proven
single
yourself,
game.
right? And done things in this league and have numbers and put stats, unlike your brother, right?
Well, I think
I stopped being
Xavier-
a crybaby. So
Xavier
we'll see.
definitely is one of the most underrated players in the league.
no, I think honestly, I feel like I
Top
hear
two,
other
not
people.
two.
I hear other people on other teams talk about him. I agree. I watch him play. He feeds me energy from the sideline. So I feel like
Did you
when
get
I
in trouble
see
for
him,
that this week? For getting fed energy in the sideline?
I was on their sideline and
that twin
my coach didn't like
chemistry.
it.
Who's
That's
the
twin
better twin
chemistry.
here?
Depends.
Like yeah,
Who's older? Who's older?
he's older about 12 minutes.
About 12 minutes. So
Is that why you scared of him?
I'm not scared of him.
no?
I'm taller than him.
I
He's
see
fat,
you
so.
on his sideline all the time cheering, but I never see him on your sideline cheering for
That
you.
is true. That is
It
very
seems like
true.
you want to be like
He's
your big
like,
brother so bad.
All right, Leo.
I mean, who's impacting this game? You or him?
I mean,
think
listen,
physicality-
I can tell you, give the ball to Zay. It proved that this game, when they came out with a W, Zay got the ball,
Zay got a touchdown?
and Zay
I had 8 catches and a touchdown.
and
Yeah, you
8
barely caught
catches
the
and a
tip ball.
touchdown. Give the
tip
ball
ball.
to
The
Zay.
tip ball was a PAT, so I've had a touchdown, a real touchdown. How many touchdowns Eric threw?
That's a
No
good
offense,
little-
Eric.
I want to know about you and your brother.
Right.
Right.
I
Okay.
mean, if you were in the goal line and you're running a slant, and who's catching it? You
I am.
picking it? You
Listen,
catching
if
it?
it's going to the middle, locks.
Lock. So you saying
Even though
Zay
it's my
comes in
brother,
the
right?
middle?
He's a tall guy, he's a tall receiver, right? But I've been playing against him for
So you know him.
17 years of my life.
Okay.
I know everything he does. I know exactly where he's going to catch
I know
it.
everything
And
he
he's not
does.
physical enough. is
I
what
know
you're saying.
exactly how his
Between
But
drive
I'm
is
not
gonna be.
put- I'm not
I
gonna
know
put the
what
whole
he
body
reads.
on him.
the- You don't have to put the whole
Oh,
body
so
on him.
you're admitting that you do
I
put
don't-
your body
I
on
don't.
people.
No, but
though.
the Eagles,
Okay.
I think that's one point to bring up. The Eagles do play a little bit physical in this game. Could that rattle the Pack-9? Because they are definitely nowhere near as physical as
Physical.
as the Eagles.
I mean, it sounds like Zay doesn't want to go to the middle. It's like he's scared of that physicality.
You know
that his
what?
brother brings
I
to
know
the table.
exactly what he's gonna do. He's not gonna do nothing to me. He can be physical with everybody else. He knows me.
Oh, he
Okay.
knows you?
He knows
Okay.
me. I'm
What
like,
does that mean?
look, all you, listen, don't start
Are
it
you
with
gonna
me.
get daddy after him?
Right? That's what you're going to
So,
do.
whose side is Dad going to be on?
My dad
My dad said he's gonna be
already
in the end
declared he's
zone.
gonna be in the end zone.
He's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah.
We should have brought Dad up here, too.
Yeah.
He's gonna be in the end zone, but I'm not scared of nobody, especially not him.
Are you going to the middle?
See,
Because you know that's where he's
I'm
at.
gonna be in the middle. You will see me in the middle.
Making catches in the middle.
That's
right?
where I caught most of my passes.
Hey, guys,
in
I
the
just
middle.
got a text from Henry. Henry said Zay better not come to his side.
Listen,
That's what I
Henry.
just got right now from Henry.
Henry, you have a
wrong
lot
with
to
this
learn,
kid?
Henry. Henry, you hit me up for advice on
Do you
your
have
footwork.
confidence in Henry? He is your safety.
Listen, Henry is.
I'ma
easy to
cut
get
you off
into his
there.
head. Like, Henry,
Look,
oh, what you mean?
No, I'm gonna cut you
What?
off there.
I was
Listen to
talking-
me. I seen the
older? Who's
Lions.
older?
I was on the Eagles sideline. I seen the Lions
Well, let me cut you off there.
destroying their safeties.
So, listen. Pack-9 has about 4 components, right? He has Zion,
Pello.
Pello, Ryan, and Isaiah. Isaiah's not
the
really
Eagles
gonna get
have
the ball.
2 components.
Isaiah's really not going to get the ball. If you think about it, he's not getting the ball because you put that straps on him, right? Pello
ain't
doesn't
pop.
feel comfortable throwing in the middle, especially if you have not trying to brag or
I
to
wouldn't
my
be
own horn, a
surprised-
tier 1
Middle linebacker.
middle
Absolutely.
linebacker. So he's not
I
gonna
wouldn't
feel
be
comfortable
surprised
throwing
if
up the
Xavier
ball.
gets kicked out the
Don't
game
go to
for
the-
being too
dunking
aggressive.
on somebody. Right.
Duncan-
I'm coming
Duncan
I'm
little
coming to
brother,
dunk. Right. I'm just saying, like,
All right,
there's
my thing is don't throw it.
Right.
On defense,
Yes, sir.
I play middle safety.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your teammates
I've haven't-
on your side. You kind of mentioned the big 4 a little bit. What are some guys that people, I guess, wouldn't know their name that are contributors on your team that they need to
Our
watch out
center, he's gonna be going up against him a lot. Frankie.
what?
No, not everybody knows him, but Frankie's up there in the
What are you talking
receiving.
about?
Receiving. I don't know what he's doing over here.
He's saying the center
Um,
going against me? What?
That's it.
Exactly how it's
all
going
right.
to sound. You're like, oh, what? Why you saying
Anyway,
what? Every single
anyway,
play.
let's use proper vocabulary.
What? What?
We got underrated. The most, to me, I feel like the best corner we got is the most underrated player in the league, Marcus. Zion's little brother.
The number
He
one.
grabs
Marcus is
every
right.
flag.
He's the number one.
He's not number one.
Yes,
He leads the
No,
team
he's
in
not.
tackling.
Yeah.
He leads the league in
He's
tackling,
number
That's
but
Zion, though.
but he's like
Marcus.
number one.
he
Zion leads
hustles.
in receptions.
Excuse me. He hustles for every flag, and that's my boy. I played Fortnite with him, so we had that chemistry, off the field. He hustles for every flag. That's my guy.
All right, so you got
That's
Frankie,
it?
Frankie and Marcus. Who you got? Some guys that they might not know their name. We
Might
talked
not know
about.
their name?
We talked about
Raheem.
Matthew Raheem.
Raheem.
I-
Raheem is
I
tier
used to work
one,
Raheem out in the field.
Well, now he's
Well,
better.
Raheem also
But now
said
he's
that
better
his
than
side is
you.
strength. He did say that.
I taught Raheem a lot, but I still got some
Now he's
things
better.
in my
He said
I
now
still
he's
got some
better.
things in my bag.
Now he's better.
Now he's better than you.
I mean,
This is your big boy.
Raheem, you my dog, Raheem, but I don't think so.
So Raheem, who else? Who else did they need to watch out for?
watch out for. I'm not gonna give too anything.
Nobody else.
Mousie's a little too cocky for my own taste. He doesn't really feel the team. He feels like he's above the team.
But
above
you got
everybody.
a player like Sim, who has 4 sacks
Sims,
this year.
yep.
How is your chemistry with him in the middle?
Sim, me and Sim were like close. I've been knowing his cousin for a while. I mean, we're close.
Oh.
No, not like that. So me and his cousin's been friends for a while. So
Okay, talk
about
like,
football.
it's
So
like
you guys got a natural chemistry on the field,
right.
you think?
No, it just works. Like I don't know. Like I'm just like a.
Can you name every one of your teammates?
Yes.
Because I mean, from what I see, you got a lot of players on your
You
team.
go to practice.
Well,
Can you name them?
Ish has 9
Ish is-
receptions.
it's the-
He's playing well.
Do you go to
I think people won't.
We
might
have
not
a
know
bunch
his name.
of people, right?
Can you name all
Our
of them?
running back core is pretty good. We got Ish, pretty shifty. If he gets open field, don't worry about it. Just quit, right? You got Mousy. Mousy wants the contact, but he's so little that it don't even look
Did
like
Mousy go
contact.
to the last game?
Right, but that's not the key though.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying.
So hey guys, real quick.
Listen, how is,
His tip ball wasn't
how
a
is Ike
touchdown.
doing
It was
over
an
there?
extra point. So
Okay.
I
I'm
got
not
a
gonna talk
touchdown
about
too.
it. It was
So
an extra point.
Ike played middle too. You saying that you and Sim work better in the middle than you and Ike?
Wait,
work?
Ike?
Well,
Who's
you think
Ike?
about-
He left before halftime.
That's
What?
Oh.
He left before halftime.
He was. I don't know. I wasn't there. I was
You
too
was-
focused on the game.
You wasn't. You
I was
wasn't
too
there.
focused on the game. But the thing with Ike, like,
Spice it up, guys.
spice it up. No, Ike's a solid player, but he's also like has that cockiness in his head where he's very
So what you're saying
arrogant.
is
A
you
lot
don't
of
want him
people
on your
are
team?
arrogant.
We
No,
played
I
against
love Ike.
We played against Ike
Ike's the
in
man.
the never mind.
It's just like
We
some
played against
players.
Ike in the
I'm
Urban
talking.
Bowl.
So some players,
Respect
they
to
just
your
like respect, right? Put respect on my name. So some players, like this league is very a cocky league. That's because, yes, it is. It's a cocky league, right? Because everyone thinks they're top tier, the best.
But you just said you're
Well,
a top tier linebacker in this league.
I am the top tier
So
linebacker,
you
but I've
can-
proven it.
I threw on an Eagles jersey.
I'm not talking about
That's not
only. I'm
cocky.
talking about everybody though.
All right, listen, right? I think this game is going to be, a really important game.
Undefeated since
uh,
2016.
Yeah, relax, Joe. You had your time to shine. I think Pack9 actually is going to come out on top on this game. I think Pack9 is going to come out and probably show you guys that you're really playing the
Did you
top
say that
tier
last
team.
week?
What?
What did you say last week? You said we were
That
gonna
the
lose.
Lions
Right?
is going to win. Yeah, but
No,
Bello
what
is
happened
not
though?
Ranil.
But
Okay, and I like to see you catch Bello
I'm-
one-on-one.
Listen,
Okay, so
What?
listen. You go hit Bello in the head.
right here.
Okay?
What?
15 out the game.
That's a penalty. And
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
know that's 15
I
yards.
think Pack9 is going to win this game. 28 to 18.
Really?
28
Yes.
to 18.
28
All right.
to 18.
Best linebacker in the league, who's justified to be the best
But he
linebacker.
coached him last year. I
Real
don't know if
quick,
that's
real quick, right?
that's a very
Find
bold
someone else to
statement.
play safety and let Bello rush, and it would be a nightmare for Dave. There you go.
What score do you got here, man? What do you got, Xavier?
Listen, I'm just gonna stay humble, right? The ball can go either way. The game. Listen, the game can go either way. It's a matter of what defense is gonna compete more, right? Because we know our offense can score. Both
You gonna
offenses
bring it,
can
or are they
score.
gonna bring it? Who's
Right,
winning
so you
this
on the
game?
defense.
No, I'm bringing it.
All right.
But I don't know what they bring in, and it ain't gonna be as good as what I'm bringing. Like,
So what you're
I'm
saying
saying.
is
So
your brother
I,
sleeping on the top bunk tonight, and on
no, I
Saturday.
got top bunk.
Oh.
So
No.
what's the score? What's the score?
Listen, I think it's gonna be not as close as you guys think,
Uh-huh.
right? I think it's gonna be it's gonna be a high-scoring game. I think 30 to 25.
Not as close.
No,
You
I meant
just said
30 to 23. 30 to 23.
30-23. Who?
So somebody's
Eagles.
Gonna
Of course.
All right, Zay. What do you got, man? Are you confident in this
Look,
game? Who do you got winning this
I'm gonna
game?
be honest. there's players on their team that's not disciplined on defense. I mean, Dave, my coach Dave, he likes to watch film. We all watch film, and we know their weaknesses. Obviously the weaknesses are the safeties. I mean, if you can count yards in this league, I'm pretty sure right now, even though he's doing bad, he probably had 100, like maybe 200 yards against their safeties. But I feel like
they're definitely gonna attack their safeties going in.
Yes.
Are you predicting a Eagles win? I mean,
No.
a Pack9 win. I'm sorry.
Buddy,
You got the
buddy.
shirt on.
I mean, can you look at the shirt Buddy has on? All right, anyway. I feel like we're going to
influence
win.
on my pick.
I feel like it's not going to be so much of a close game because their players get frustrated real fast. You can get in their heads easy. So I got the
Your
score.
players don't.
No, our players are we're disciplined.
Wasn't you crying last week?
We're disciplined.
Leaving
Wasn't you
before the
crying
game's
last week?
over.
All right. So you
That's
got
really
that. What do you got, June?
Anyway,
here?
No, my
Oh, you
score.
still not
My
done.
score
What's the
still.
score?
Were you
All right,
were
stop,
you crying
stop.
last week?
What's the score? Let's
Yeah,
go
I
to
was
the
crying
scores.
because we won by
Is he
like.
catching the ball in your zone?
I'm gonna be honest.
Not in my zone.
Why?
What's
All
the
right.
score?
All
What's
right.
the score?
All
What you
right.
got?
What?
let me talk.
What do you got? What's the
My
score?
score is gonna be 41-19.
Whoa.
Didn't y'all beat the
41-19.
Chargers by only 6 though?
No, by 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Sick.
All right, June. What do you got? What do you got?
Yeah, 6. So you beat the Chargers by
It
6,
seemed like
but
2
beat us by
touchdowns.
40.
Okay.
You would know what it
What
meant.
do you got, June? Here you go.
This game's gonna be hard. I'm gonna tell you the truth.
You got Aaron Dave, man. Who you got?
Right, you got Bello or
right
Dave.
now. It's hard.
Aaron Dave.
Bello or Dave.
Pack9 is this is the first year that I've been coaching for 3
You
years
played
now.
against both
First
quarterbacks.
year I seen Pack9 hasn't been blowing people out.
So you think they look vulnerable so far?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing Pack9 blow
Right.
people out, and you do have a hungry Eagles team. So this
I
one,
stay hungry.
if I had a bet, I'm not gonna bet on nobody. So
What's your score? Don't bet.
That's all we need. We don't need
okay,
to
so
bet.
if we need to do something, I don't know.
Don't pick Colts. Go ahead. Who you got?
Don't pick.
You got the Eagles
You go
or
with
the
the what?
Pack9?
Who you going with?
I go. You know what? I go with the Eagles.
No,
I'm gonna go with the Eagles.
I appreciate that.
I'm gonna go with the Eagles. 18-12.
18
Low-
to 12. A
low
defensive
scoring
game.
game.
I don't even think he knows football. I mean, he hasn't been to any of his games yet. So
He
I
leaves
do, I
early.
do, I
He
do.
leaves early. What are you talking
All right,
about?
here we go. All right. So I think this is definitely going to be a great game. If the Eagles win this game, it would be their greatest win in franchise history for the new current Eagles.
I'm upset.
And then for the Pack9, this win could definitely help reshape their season. You said they kind of look vulnerable. I agree with you. They haven't looked the same. They haven't been dominant. I think Fellow was a liability at safety week 1. I think week 2 he bounced back and they played well, but I think the continuity from all 3 safeties have still not arrived. The Eagles are very confident. The Eagles are very hungry. If the Pack9
They
don't
should be
whack
2-0.
them early, the Eagles could give them a big run for their money. And trust me, Ant is hungry. Ant wants to win. Ant watches film. He said Dave watches film. I don't think nobody watches film more than Ant.
No, Esperanza better check what he doing.
So in this game here, I don't know. I think we're gonna see. I think whoever, if the Pac-9 loses this game, they could, be maybe a team.
Yeah, but
of
what's the
past.
score though?
I'm going with the Eagles, man. I'm
There
going
you
with
go.
the Eagles in this game.
Can I get a nice wet real quick?
No,
Whack.
I want him to end it out with a whap.
Okay, all right, there you go. You have it. That's it for this.
we're the
week's-
underdogs here.
Yeah, no, the Pac-9 are the favorites, but the guests think that the Eagles might be able to pull it off. There you go, Xavier.
Whack.
Don't come in the middle, Zay.